Hey everybody, Coach Juan here, back at it with a total body strength. So some tools you'll need today, obviously make sure the area is clear. Yoga mat's always highly encouraged. Some kind of soft tissue device, foam roller, cross ball, TheraGun if you got it, and some kind of weight, kettlebell, dumbbell, backpack, and water bottle. So we'll get going. Start off on those legs. So you want to find that meaty part just underneath the armpit and just behind it. So you're not fully leaning backward. You're not laying on your side. Sometimes that doesn't quite hit. And just tilt back ever so slightly. Stay on here for about 20 seconds. And when we're ready, let's switch sides. So I got a full body day, a little bit of pressing, a little bit of pulling, and same goes with the legs, arms. Right side's tight today. And last one with foam roller, we're going to target the front of that chest muscle. So really what I think is find that seam on your shirt. So right below it toward that midline is what we're aiming for. So that'll target the pec major. It's kind of hard to target the pec minor with a big tool like this. It's not quite the right angle. You just want to give that area some love. Warm it up a bit. It's usually pretty tight from just daily activities, sitting and being in front of our electronics, working away. Let's get one more big breath. And switch on the side. So every once in a while we'll prescribe times or, give it 10, 20 passes. I really like breathing as a way to get stretch work, get mobility work, get soft tissue work. It really focuses down, and a little movement helps as well as we're trying to prepare the body for movement. We'll go roll on the side, pop up straight to our feet, and we'll get right into our movement prep. So starting off feet, I usually tell people start at the hips and go a little bit wider. Feet can either be straight ahead, slightly turned out, depending on ankle mobility. I just like to think, hey, my hips aren't like robots. I'm not like a action figure. So they kind of turn out a little bit. So I tend to follow that same idea as my knees track the same way. My feet will be pointed the same way. Hip ankle will be either way. Body weight squat, 10 reps, I got about 5 more. Do whatever feels comfortable with the hands. Some people like going overhead, getting that challenge. Some people like going behind the head. Some people across. I like a little reach. Just get the upper body into it too. Let's get one more. Next up, bent over archers. So we find our hip hinge, point at the ground. I'm going to pull that bow and arrow back, point at the ceiling, bring it back. Other side. Alternate back and forth. Let's get a 4 each side. That's 2 and 2 more. Last one. Shake it out a bit. Next, we got reverse lunge. Big rotation. Get up nice and tall. Switch sides. 5 left, 5 right. So making sure we have good weight distribution across both feet. I like to have that front foot, ankle, knee, about 90 right now. Unloaded, I'm just trying to get a little hip flexor stretch. Looking at those legs, making that balance. Get those feet involved. Get a nice decent rotation in the mix. Last one. Perfect. Last one, we're gonna wake it up a little bit, get a little bit of jumping. So it'll be on my command. We're gonna do a counter movement, rotational jump. So you got two options. We can either jump, rotate 90 degrees, or jump, rotate, and go 180. No need to go for 360 today. We'll save that for another challenge. Well, we'll start nice and tall on the go command. Land, and whichever direction you came from is the same one you'll go to. So I went right, now I'm going back left. Here we go. 90 degrees for me. If you're feeling good, go 180. Ready, go. Nice hard landing. From here, I can jump again, I can take off, I can get ready to pick something up if I need to. So just a good ready base position. Going back the other direction I just came from. Ready, go. Beautiful. Check it out. Now, good effort on these. I want us to maintain as much air time as we can without sacrificing our landing mechanics. One more round. We'll try the 180 this time. Ready, go. A little forward on that one. And now going back. Ready, go. Grab some water. We'll get to today's block. 1. So grabbing our implement of choice. Got 3 exercises for the first block. First one will be a goblet squat. So a couple different ways to grab it. I grab it by the horns. We can couple the side, or we can come bottoms up. There's no wrong. It just give me that variety, give it a little different feedback on the system. Either way, setting up those feet just like our body weight squat. And here we go, 10 reps. Halfway there. Oh, 2 more. I want to give a little shout out, making sure we're being mindful of how we're moving or we're not exercising. So even when I'm done there, make sure I have a good hip hinge. I'm not just folding over, putting things down, setting things up. Just so I can put my body in better positions throughout the day. That's true, picking up your backpack, picking up the little ones, whatever it may be. Next up, single arm row. So a lot of different ways to do this. I'm going to do this with just 2 points of contact, so just both legs. Other hand, I like to flex. Just gives me a little bit of tension, helps me keep a little bit better stabilization. There's time and place to go with hands supported or on a bench, on a chair. I really want to challenge that midsection, that trunk, that pillar. So I'm going to go unsupported today. Either way, 10 reps. Give you a side view of what's going on. Load the hips to start. Load up. There we go. After our 10, set it down. Last exercise for this block will be a plank with an opposite foot reach. So we'll start off on our push-up, come up to what looks like a downward dog, and then reach for our opposite shoelace. So quickly done here, up nice and tall, opposite reach, right hand to left foot, back down, flipping sides. Let's go 5 and 5. Two. Last one. Come down, a sip of water, catching our breath. Get some air. Now, starting back top of the order, some weights out flat with the position of our weight. Sometimes, it's hard to say, hey, I only have one weight. I can't really progress, can't make it any heavier. What are my other options? Well, one is offloading it. So I'm just gonna load the right side for right. If you're ready, go get your 10. Set that down. Back up. Let's go left. For 5. And you kind of notice there's different hand positions. Sometimes you have different move patterns, different compensations. Not everything needs to be equal all the time, but it's fun to see what your body does. Let's go to that single arm row. On support arm, see what my end up feels like. 10 reps. One more. Boom. Surprisingly, I think the shoulders are working a little bit more. Hold that arm on. Do that same on the other side. Here we go. Two more. Nice. Set that down. Plank with opposite reach. Now, if we're struggling with this one, you just hold the plank. We can go from knees to that opposite reach, back down. If we're feeling like, hey, holding that plank is hard on the back, hard on the shoulders. We'll just start off almost in a quadruped position. Extend back. We're trying to get those heels not really to move. Hands come back where they need to. So extend, just like if I was, from that full plank. One more. Back down. Grab a puff of air. Grab a little sip. Let's get one more round. Another option is if you feel like, hey, I have a little more time. These are usually 30-minute classes. Pause this if you know the sequence. Get one more, get 2 more rounds, get 5 rounds. Whatever makes sense for you. Another option with the kettlebell is holding it a little bit lower, but still squatting down. So it's a little different than deadlift, but my position doesn't change much. Just be mindful of the door and the neighbors below us. Either way, keep it going. I got 7 more. Two more. Last one. Let's get that single arm row in. I should have liked it, having the arms out. Guess I got both arms. Both of them working on that one. Other side. Put that there. Finish up our plank. Opposite reach. 7, 2, 2 more. Here we go. Take it down nice and easy. Grab a little water. How we're doing? Doing pretty good. Doing good on time. All right. She'll adjust that right there. Now, talk about different variations with the squat. Big thing with the squatting is learning how to load the knees and the hips and maintaining good, I would say, not necessarily upright position, but tend to be the case when we're squatting with a load in front of us. When we have loads behind us, like a back squat, different types of specialty bars. Sometimes you'll see people tend to lean a bit more forward. So there's a difference between using the back and losing position and loading the hip while maintaining a nice neutral spine. So neutral has a range, the whole discussion for another part. So here we have a single arm deadlift coming at us. So I think of this almost like a suitcase deadlift. So you're about to travel, about to board your flight, got your bag, wheel is broke, so you can't wheel it next to you behind you. So you gotta stand next to it or bend down. So very similar to what the squat was, but now I'm just a little more forward. My back is still flat, but I'm asking that backside, hamstrings, hips, be in good alignment, be engaged. Stand up nice and tall, and we're gonna reverse that. So hips break first, then the knees come. And we stand up again. Let's get 5 left and 5 right. 3, 4, and 5. Flip sides. Stand nice and tall. Little tap on the ground. Nice. Return up. One more. Next up, standing overhead press. So if you only have one piece of implement, one tool, and it feels a little heavy to press on one side, let's get creative. Let's find that backpack. Maybe you have a band and you have to go kneeling. But this is a decent weight. Kind of do everything for me. So we'll start there. We're going standing. I'm going to use that same tactic of creating tension with that other hand. Some people find it better to have it on the hip. Whatever works for you. Either way, it's 6 on each side. Switching sides. Here we go. So this last one will be more of a core exercise, but I'm going to utilize my kettlebell. So you can utilize your weight, maybe a table, something sturdy that's not going to go anywhere. Just give you something to anchor and pull on. So start off legs up, control on the lower, back up tall. Straight leg lowering. Really fight that on the way down. If you feel the tap, that's fine. Come back, it's like 10 tall. 5. grab a sip. So, step off scene just for a moment. I'm still here, I promise. So, for some of us, maybe our kettlebell, our weight isn't the right height for us to maintain our position. So, if we're trying to set down, maybe we got to tilt a little bit. Good option is elevating the floor. So, it doesn't have to be a yoga block. It could be a step. In the house that you stand next to, if you have like a little plyo box, a little stepper, step stool, a stack of magazines that you've been meaning to read / throw out. There's a few books in their house as well that definitely need to find a new home. Got my use out of them, but just elevating that surface to put us into a better position to do set here, so you can see the difference. If you're good to go, get your 5 reps. I just want to demo this while we're all here. 4. I'll show you that difference between here and there. So if we're having back issues and just trying to feel good, don't want to tweak anything, that's another great option for us. Just bring the floor up higher to you. Not repeat. Quit stalling and get these 5 reps done. Overhead press next. Don't let me slow you down. Go upside. Straight leg lower is next. From the anchor, just close. Up, slow control, down. Really take your time. Really control. The legs are active. We're not just here along for the ride. I'm squeezing. Toes are pointed. As much tension as I can create in the body. It's one more. Nice. How am I doing? Got enough time for one more round. Let's get a sip of water. And if you're doing great, don't let me hold you up. Feel free to get going on round 3. Maybe you're not round 4. Whatever feels right. And whatever you have time for. Switch sides. There we go. Last one. And getting the presses in. Sure. Here we go, the left side. Last one. Let's get a straight leg lowering in. We're in control. Fight. Halfway. Oof, last one. Oof. Round 3 in the books. By all means, if you got more in you, pause it, get one more round for 4. I think we'll call that there. Let's get a little bit of regen in. So I know it's really easy to do more work and rush away from taking care of the body. This is just as important, so make sure you save time for it. So let's get into a shin box. So I like to think of it as knees at about 90, knees at about 90. So we're doing quite a bit here. Working on internal, external, each hip, one hip versus the other. I want to take that. I'm going to lean ever so slightly, something lean over thigh, getting nice and tall. I'm going to get 2 to 3 big breaths here. Checking my posture. My hands are helping me stay nice and tall. You feel with every breath, you're able to get a little bit longer, a little bit taller, your shoulders in good position, last one. Good, walk it over, just over knee. So, same idea, leaning over as much as we can while maintaining a nice upright position. Shoulders aren't hiked up, not slumped forward. Hold yourselves up nice and tall. Hands are here for balancing. Big breath in. Try to settle in those hips a little bit. Get one more. And last position, over shin. Same idea. As tall as we can make ourselves. If we're having a hard time, you can always elevate the ground. It could be with the foam roller, it could be with the kettlebell. Yoga block's just having to be close by. Good from there. Rotate over. Like that opposite side. So again, reposition. Go with that. Big breath. Last one. Good. Drop the hands over knee. Good position. Big breath in. Last one. And final position. Over shin. You know, actually like having the hands elevated a little bit. Yeah, I felt that a little deeper in that hip. And for me, when I say I feel deep, I feel like it's working to maintain that position, be comfortable in that position. So it's not quite like a stretch. It's a little different. Mobility work always gets described a little different, person to person. For me, it's being able to get into position and kind of own it. And for me, owning it is being able to kind of breathe into it, kind of sit into it and relax. I would say if you can't sit in a position, not have to clench, really grimace and bear through it, you don't really own that position. You're renting it. I'd rather own it. Last. From there, force. Extend one leg, that adductor a little bit of love. Even though we didn't do anything directly lateral, like a slide lunge or lateral lunge, I think it was important to pay respects to this guy, to this muscle group. Does a lot for us for maintaining stability while we walk, while we run, keeping our knees healthy. About 2 or 3 breaths. Are you ready? Bring that back in. On the other side. Ooh. Surprisingly, this one's a little tighter than I thought it would be. Right side was okay, but left side it's a little pumpy. All right. Nice big breaths. Settle into it. Last one. Thanks for hanging out. Glad you can join. Be sure to drink some water, get some food in you, get some rest, enjoy the rest of the day. See you next time.